Today I want to talk to you guys about a slight update to one of my current props, and that's the Luke version 2 lightsaber. A couple years ago, I showed on this channel a video of my work in progress on creating my Luke version 2 lightsaber, as well as a show-off video, and I was really happy with the lightsaber, and if you want to go check out those videos, definitely check them out. They'll be linked at the end. It's a great lightsaber, and to repeat, it's one of my favorite versions of the lightsaber, mainly because of its history, that it was Luke's most used lightsaber. It was featured in the sail barge scene, the Emperor's throne. It was the most prominent lightsaber, and it was the stunt lightsaber of Alec Guinness's way back in episode 4 when he dueled Darth Vader specifically. So it just has a really good history to it. Because of that, it's really a big fan favorite among many prop collectors, lightsaber collectors, etc. And because of that, new details always come out, new runs always come out, and a couple of years ago, well, I don't know, maybe a year ago, maybe a year or two ago, I actually was able to get a newer version of the lightsaber, also from Anakin Starkiller. It was this newer version at the time, and it featured a number of things that I really wanted. Number one being that it went together a lot easier. Number two was that it featured a few specific details that I always wanted, which was when they machined that, all the grip rings were actually uneven. They kind of just laid it out. It was a quick stunt saber, but it's kind of one of those little details. Unevenness to me is a detail that I want to replicate sometimes. Things don't need to be perfect. They don't need to be accurate, because I find when you start to do that, when everything's even, everything's the same spacing, you lose a little bit of that character that goes into that. So I wanted to do it again, and this time, because new photos, new to me anyway, showed up on the replica prop forum and some other places, that I really wanted to up the accuracy of my lightsaber, and so I jumped right into it. One of the big changes was the fact I added some bronze paint into the neck, which was done in the original. It's harder to see in some of the Luke ones, but based on some close-ups, which I will show here, you can see that it's very prominent. Not prominent, but it is there. It is not just all black painted, as well as the gaff tape around the neck. I wanted to replicate these details, and I took a few videos. I actually also did, for those of you who tuned in, who watched these videos, tuned into my live Instagram video. It was the first time I ever did that, where I started masking out and doing all that work, and let me tell you, it was pretty cool. A number of people showed up to watch, and they were mentioning how tedious it is, and it is tedious. I used the Trooper Trent vinyl decals that basically are stickers that kind of went on it that allowed you to mask off where the paint was going to go, and he meticulously detailed, and I got it as close as I could. It was pretty painstaking, but really well worth it, and I'm really happy with the overall look, and here we go. This has all the details I was missing in my last one. It's got the clamp lever here, it's got the mystery block, it's got all the little things, including the color difference here, and I'm just overwhelmingly pleased with this. Again, this is a lightsaber to me that doesn't need to be electronic. It did come with an additional emitter ring that you could actually use it to put a light up rig or any sort of blade in there if you wanted to use it, but for me, this is just a dice display piece. It goes well with when I do the Luke Skywalker costuming. Plus, again, it's one of my favorite versions of this lightsaber. I'm very happy with it. If you want to get your own parts, I'm going to re-link, like I said, I'm going to link my old video, but I'm going to put in the links to these parts again down below. You can get the Sloth furnace card, you can get the WannaWanga lever. Anakin Starkiller, I'm not sure is still making these or not, or if there's been another update. I highly recommend it. There's also several different vendors out there who do make this lightsaber if it's interest to you. A few comments previously on my old videos was that people don't understand why they would like this version, and I think it all comes down to preference. I've never been a big fan of Luke's actual hero lightsaber, but this one just drew me. It's got some character to it. It's got some, the paint chipping and the off colors, and the gaff tape is, especially, as much as it's a new detail to me, that's something I kind of love, and it just has a nice little look. But this totally is my favorite of the old trilogy lightsabers when it comes down to it, really. So there you guys go. If you have any questions about this, ask me down below. Again, do you have a favorite Luke lightsaber? Does seeing these changes that I've done, the last two of these, inspire you to work on your own? I'm hoping to be able to add some other ones to my collection in the next while here. I'm going to start experimenting with 3D printing and it can attack the clone one, so if you want to stay tuned, that will be one coming up. Anyway guys, thank you so much for continually to follow me, to watch my videos, to comment, and thank you so much for subscribing, but most of all, thanks so much for watching.